Hello everybody, my name's Danloadable, and hold on to your hats, or alternatively pause, go out, buy a hat, come back, hold on to that sucker, because it's time for my E3 roundup that I keep talking about. Enjoy. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is possibly one of the best E3s that have been in recent years. There was a lot of interesting game and tech announcements, just a lot more interesting things than the usual fluff. There have been a few confusing ones, just on the basis of why they continue to make certain games, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So, first order of business. Project Morpheus. Now, if you don't know what that is, it is Sony's answer to the Oculus Rift. If you don't know what that is, we might have a problem. It is, in its simplest terms, a virtual reality headset. Now, you pop it on over your eyes, you should have a lens for each eye, a little screen for each eye to mimic 3D. Basically, it's got head tracking support, at least the Oculus Rift does. The Project Morpheus uses PlayStation camera, what I'm looking at now, you lovely people, and the old PlayStation Move controllers, and it puts you within the game, basically. And the most interesting thing I've heard for it so far is a game called Kitchen. It's not a cooking mama simulation. We're not talking about Nintendo here. It basically, it's kind of like the Silent Hills PT thing. You wake up tied to a chair. Someone tries to free you, and you got to hold your hands out. They cut the rope, and then something appears and murderizes him. So that could be fun and also incur a lot of laundry charges. But still, I'm intrigued. Another thing of note here, I don't know if it's specifically to do with Sony, but Shenmue 3 is coming to PS4. From what I've read, just PS4. I don't know, might change. Who knows at this date? But it has been funded through Kickstarter, and if you don't know about Shenmue, because I didn't really, to be fair, the first one was on the Dreamcast, the second one was out a while ago, I think 2001. It was meant to have 11 episodes, only had 6, it kind of crapped out. And people have been wanting it to come back for a while, and it's finally broken its target amount it's wanted on Kickstarter, and that should be coming to PS4 at some point. So that's interesting. It's sort of a, I don't really know, an open world action RPG life simulator thing. It's quite strange, but it's intriguing again. So yay for Sony. The first entry in a continuing trend of flogging a dead horse so hard they may as well be riding around Ascot with Findus lasagna twixt the knees. Uncharted 4 is going to try and shoulder its way into your game collection. Now, who really asks for that game anymore is beyond me, but if you don't know Uncharted, you play as Nathan Drake, who is effectively Indiana Jones, as written by Joss Whedon. He runs around wisecracking as he murders, listen, quite literally everything in his way, for no adequate reason. He gets arsey with people for murdering others while they go around stealing shit, so he decides to murder them and steal their shit. I don't know. No, not a clue. Backwards compatibility finally coming to this gen, kind of, to one of them at least, and not entirely. Most of your old 360 games will work on the Xbone. Not all of them, but that's a step in the right direction if you sold your 360 stupidly, knowing that there wouldn't be backwards compatibility, but we're not going to get into that. Because, let's talk about the HoloLens instead. That's another headset-based thing, more virtual reality. Fucking cool is what it is. I knew I'd swear eventually. I did so well. What it is, another headset, and basically, from what you see, is projecting the game onto the world around you. It's not you're in a different, I don't know, plane of existence like you would be with the Rift or Morpheus. Minecraft, for example, you see it projected onto a table or a wall or wherever you want it. You move around and sort of a wireframe thing pops up and the game is in the world around you. In the demo, the guy was like moving around a Minecraft world, shooting lightning from his fingers. It was pretty damn cool. It takes voice commands, no extra gloves or anything. I mean, if that's the future of gaming, that's amazing. It's debatable whether it will work as well as they say, because, I mean, it took them about 2 years to get the Wii remotes working. But let's be optimistic about it, because if that works, that'll be rather amazing. Just spotted that annoying shadow, by the way. Sorry about that. That kind of came along when the lighting went weird and I had to set up a lamp. So that's annoying, but we will persevere. much like Microsoft are with Halo and Gears of War. Look at that seamless segue. Anyway, a lot like Uncharted. I don't know why they continue with them. It's Gears of War especially. It's just a load of sweaty bros running around with a propensity for just hugging chest-high walls and getting far too close to them. And Halo, how much more can they do with Master Chief? Oh, now you're hunting him down. Oh, goody. I know big franchises will just keep going because they're money spinners and people will buy it, but still, that one should just be retired. Just get away with them. Remember them when they were good, rather than on life support like they are now. It's terrible. Stop it. Bad Microsoft. I just spanked them, if that wasn't clear. Stop it. It'd probably be a bit facetious of me now to say everything. But, I mean, what, after only about 2-ish years, the Wii U is kind of being retired. They're working on something codenamed, I think, the NX. I mean, with the Wii, they were trying to bring gaming back into the living room, get it to everyone, rather than having a shameful little thing locked away in people's bedrooms. That went weird. And with the Wii U, with your little tablet-y thing, it's now, if anyone wants a TV, shove off, go back to your corner. And people are saying that this one's going to be sort of a hybrid portable and console. So, they seem to have very little interest in gaming properly anymore, especially as they're doing another frickin' Zelda game. There's, what, like one good Zelda? Although they are doing a new Metroid, so hopefully that'll be good, unlike other They brought back Star Fox, although it looks like Star Fox 64. So all their good things still come under bad. Nintendo, I guess. Their body was not ready. If you get that reference, then you're a better man than anyone at Nintendo. I'll stop it now. It's getting cruel. They suck. One of the arguably biggest announcements of the conference technically actually happened before it, and that was the teaser trailer reveal for Fallout 4. Since that got out of the way at the conference, Bethesda could get onto brass tacks and show a lot of footage for Fallout 4. It looks immense. I'm probably going to start rambling into a bit more detail, so to make it a bit more user-friendly for anyone who's not quite familiar with games of that caliber, I'm going to have the average casual gamer with me to help clear a few things up. So, say hello. Hi. Okay, so what did you think of Bethesda's conference? Because there was a lot of big things announced. Some fairly landmark stuff. I mean, the fact that they had their first conference ever. That's pretty big news, right? Could have used more Mario. Okay. What about the character creation? Because now they've taken, I think, a head from The Sims, and rather than awkward sliders, you're going to be able to directly pick where on the face you want to manipulate and just drag it, so it's going to be a lot easier to create your character the way you want it. There's no new Clash of Clans announcements. No, there wouldn't be. What about the character voice? This is the first time your character has actually talked. Usually it's just dialogue choices and you zoom in and get a horrible sort of Bethesda face is what they call it, the dead-eyed stare with just text things. You actually have your character speak for the first time ever. That's fairly cool. Yeah, but the cake's a lie. What's your favourite colour? Rainbow Road. Obviously, casual gamers aren't really like that. It just seems that's how corporations think of them, with the endless crap that gets churned out. I mean, casual gamers can play non-casual games just casually and just nip on Fallout for like 20 minutes or have a quick dungeon on Skyrim. And hardcore players can mess around just on casual games in their spare time. I mean, I know plenty of people who have sunk hours and hours into COD who like to go and play a bit of Super Smash Brothers as well. It's just casual gamers apparently just means the same bright, colourful nonsense over and over again to steal your money. I mean, anything on, like, the Android store and iOS that has Saga at the end is an insidious piece of scum. Let's be honest. But rant over. Things about Fallout I should actually bother going on about. The dog is back. You get dog meat before. That's not as in meat. The dog is called dog meat. And he's back, or at least a dog like that is back. But he's invincible this time around, and you have a lot more contextual prompts, so you can make him go and do things. Attack stuff. I think he can fetch things, as far as I know. Weapon crafting has been upgraded since before. I think you could do a bit of repairing, and there was a limited amount of crafting. And now, apparently, there's a lot more things you can plug together and make your own ad hoc weapons. And this kind of ties into the newest aspect of the franchise, which is base building. You set up, I think, your own area. You have to get, like, supplies and utilities and amenities for the area. And if it's fancy enough, you'll get people come through, stay, do stuff, and even traders will set up shop, quite literally. However, that does make you more of a target for people, and you could get attacked. So there's sort of a strategic defense thing going on, as well as resource management. And the biggest thing I've read so far, above all the other stuff, is that mods will be coming to the consoles. Usually for things like Skyrim and the other Fallout games and Elder Scrolls games and things, mods have been the sole property of PC games. Now they're coming to consoles. And if you don't know about mods, they're just user-generated things where they reskin or change stuff just for the hell of it. There were frost trolls in Skyrim that people changed the face of to be like the internet troll, and it played the trollolol music rather than screaming when it attacked you. Or they changed all the dragons to be the wrestler Macho Man Randy Savage. If I can play that, I will be a happy man. But that's Fallout in a nutshell from what I know so far. Also, there are jetpacks. How can it not be improved with jetpacks? I don't have my shirt. We need to rectify this. Continuing the Bethesda coverage, the new Doom reboot got a hefty showing off, and it looks good. It is brutal. Hyperviolence doesn't do it justice. There are new execution moves. At one point in a trailer, the guy tackles someone, busts their leg round, and shoves the guy's foot in his own face. They then ruined it, though, by announcing Dishonored 2. Dishonored 1 was awful. Steampunk adventure game. You'd have thought that would be good, but no, it's terrible. They've done another one, and they made a ham-fisted attempt to make it surprising that the main character is now a woman. 1, oh wow, it's not exactly edgy. 2, it was obvious. I mean, stop trying to make it a big thing. Just make... Okay. Not even going to go there. Metal Gear Solid 5. I say 5, it's not really. They are one of the companies who cannot keep count of their own sequels, but continuing not only that tradition, but the tradition of being absolutely fucking hat-stand crazy. There is no way I can adequately sum up Metal Gear Solid in several hour-long videos, let alone a little piece here. I lost love for it around about... I don't know. Guns of the Patriots was kind of bad, and now it just looks... They still can't do hair, right? The rest of the game looks pretty. Their hair physics is always weird. It looks like it's sculpted out of chocolate or something. It's very strange. But they're expanding on it. They're shoving a sandbox in there that could be interesting. But a lot of things could be interesting. I could put fireworks up my nose. That'd probably be interesting. Doesn't mean it's a good idea. What else is there? Squeenix, or Square Enix. They had a rather big announcement. They're redoing Final Fantasy VII. Not a particular fan of Final Fantasy myself, but people who I know that are fond of Final Fantasy VII. I really need to find less words with F's in, damn it. That's another one. I don't know if that's just on PS4. I know it is coming to PS4. It might be on other platforms. But they're rebooting it. It's not a shot-for-shot remake, upscaling it into HD. They're going to do something with it. Whether they're going to mess it up in the eyes of the fans, I don't know. Probably. That's how these things usually go. The other announcement from Square Enix that I did like, however, is there is a new Hitman coming out. Didn't know they were going to do a new one. You don't really learn much from the trailer, to be perfectly honest. 47 just runs through a forest for a few minutes, and that is practically all you learn other than the fact that it exists. Yeah. Biggest announcement, however, that I am quite excited about is something called No Man's Sky. It is... It is sort of a free-roaming space exploration thing, and there is... Hang on, I wrote it down. Where is it? I can't read my own writing. There we go. 18 quintillion worlds being generated for it. That is 18 with 18 zeros on it. That's how many things you have to explore. Randomly generated surfaces for the planets. No experience will be the same. There are worlds that probably won't even be found. You just get in your ship, zip off wherever you want, and kill the local wildlife, or go mining for things whilst killing the local wildlife. I imagine there's a lot of wildlife murdering, so, you know, Peter is probably going to be pretty pissed about that one. But those are the things I'm interested in. Those games, not murdering wildlife. Don't take that out of context. Now just going to finish up with a list of things I think are worth mentioning but don't quite have enough info to make them worth doing a full spiel about. So I'm going to try and rattle them off as quickly as I can, and we know how badly that goes. So bear with me. The Oculus Rift now has its own controller coming out called the Oculus Touch. It's got rings in the outside of it, and they have sensors in there that can apparently pick up any little movement of your fingers, so you can interact with things in the game world as if it were you actually touching them, apparently. Star Wars Battlefront now has a trailer out. You can play as Vader, you can play as Luke, you can play on Hoth. There might be other planets, but it's made by the people who do Battlefield, so they'll all look the same, probably brown. Also, there's a Space AK. FIFA, same shit, different hat. COD, FIFA with guns. Madden, COD with less guns and more armour. And finally, The Last Guardian has actually been announced. I'm not really that invested in The Last Guardian, however, this is a sort of Duke Nukem Forever kind of thing. It's been in the pipelines for a long time and it's finally been announced. It's a big thing, apparently, so I thought it was worth noting. And I'm going to go be sick or something, because that took so many takes you don't even know. You do now, because I told you. So that's all I could really be bothered to do anything on E3 2015. That was everything I thought was worth mentioning, but there was a hell of a lot more besides. I mean, it wasn't just several days of that. That would have been just an inordinate amount of padding. But, yeah, go read up on it. There was so much going on. It was more than I could bother to fit in one video. So if you like this, pop a like down below. Share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see me do more videos like this. Sort of reviews, roundups, random vlogs and stuff like that. Check out the description down below for links to my playlists and videos and all sorts of stuff. And social media as well. Come see me on there. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, and maybe next E3 if I'm still doing this. Who knows? Toodaloo. I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, my head hit the fucking thing.